Durag Wisdom here, folks, and welcome to Y2K 17.07.05. And as you can see, I'm wearing a very lovely dominant lady, or at least she played a dominant lady when she worked for the WWF, which became the WWE. Joanie Laurer, known as Chyna. That's her on my shirt. I'm wearing this in honor of my topic for today. Women bleed, men should too. But this is a whole shirt. I have, her, Chyna, when she was at the height of her fame, when at the WWF, she became known as the tough woman who could beat the crap out of her male opponents. I mean, I have to tell you, when they first introduced her, I went, wow, who is that? And then, from then on there, I kept watching, and she was just got more and more, they did her cosmetic stuff that she did, but she always got more and more beautiful to me. Like, I've always had something for women who could beat the crap out of you. I guess it's been with me almost my entire life, and it's like, it's a fetish. We're talking about this lady who, when this shirt was sold, I bought this shirt. She was at the height, and my ex-students used to joke around with me. We were all wrestling fans, and I used to, I was a teacher of movies and media, and as a special treat, I would bring in I would buy all of the events on pay-per-view, and kids would come in and watch it. It would be the greatest thing to see, and we would all share that. I even have I read the book that she either she wrote or wrote with someone. I also read Mick Foley's book, aka Mankind. This guy was educated guy, college educated, and he wrote his book himself. But Joanie Laurer, I don't know what happened to her. Eventually, she was gone from the WWE. I secretly, or now publicly, blamed that creep Vince McMahon. I also blame him in part for the tragic death of Owen Hart. Never forget that. Part of the wrestling dynasty family, the Hart family. Saw a documentary about them. What a group of athletes. And her, when she came in, it was like a schoolboy crush. Middle-age crisis with a schoolboy crush. And I remember when she came to Manhattan and was doing an autograph signing, I got up at 3 in the morning to get there early and I wanted to meet her, and maybe she'd do something. She'd do something to me. We could get together and she could do something to me. Now she's gone. She died. And it broke my heart. That was just recent, I think within the last couple of years. Joanie Laurer, aka Chyna, gone. Gone. So, in honor of like the women, all the women out there who bleed, and those who have stopped bleeding, I want you to know something. You women folk out there are stronger, braver than us men. We've co-opted everything. Religion, patriarchal, economics. We have made of our male selves something that just absolutely doesn't exist. Women bleed every month who are in their childbearing years. And it is not something that is fun to have blood coming out of yourself. The egg that's not going to be fertilized. You know? And it comes with pain, both physical and psychological. And are there days, that's my phone, are there days when women each month during their childbearing years can take off from work and not have to deal with the shit during the most harshest days of their menstrual cycle? Are you kidding? They have to be there. Could you imagine if a man had to do that, have blood pouring out of him every month with pain and psychological pain and mental, and physical pain? Can you imagine that? You think men would deal with that in a brave, stoical way that women are forced to? No goddess damn way. Why, we'd be complaining, oh, it's painful, oh, I'm having, it's just, my stomach, and the mess. I have to wear my diaper this month, every month. Because, every month that a male doesn't use his sperm, in my outline, the next sperm has to be expelled from the body. But this is like, not like we do now where we could, it's got to be expelled. And then we do it with pain and diapers and going to work and putting up with shit. Going to Broadway shows and having those intermissions, those short freaking intermissions. And the line in front of the male restroom is this blip, it's like a freeway. And there's a huge line of snakes around the corner on the female side. Some of these men have the nerve to say, well, they're busy making themselves up. Well, fuck you, man! It's more complicated for a woman to use a restroom. It's more complicated. Women are forced to dress, everything else complicated. Everything complicated. You ever see the way women were forced to dress in the old days? 19th, 18th century, the early part of the 20th century? So I have to say, men should bleed too. They made her bleed, and this creep, and I always say I don't want to talk about the creep directly, the Trumpen creep, who's obsessed with blood and how women look. And look at him. And if women ran things, imagine what it would be. Imagine if women ran things, what this world would be like. And in memory of her and all the women who've had to put up with all the shit that we males have done with our patriarchal religions and our economic oppression, our social oppression, and everything we do. Moronic, selfish bastards. All we've done to this planet, us males, in the 100,000 years of human history, is fuck everything up. That's all we've mostly done. War, rape, rampage. We have to shove everything into everything. Can't mind our own business. Can't let anything live and let live. The male bullying mentality. Every place we have to go, we have to shove our shit in. You have to block off the sky with our phallic skyscrapers. Mine's bigger than yours, mother effer. And war and war and war and war. And bullying and bullying and bullying. If it was up to me, I wouldn't let males run the planet for the next 100,000 years. And if that sounds hypocritically totalitarian on my part, because I'm always railing against totalitarian stuff, right? But I just think of my mother. I think about her, Joni Lauer, and all the ladies, the females who've had to endure our male fucking shit. And I have to say that, give them a break. Let's see the kind of world they would run. Imagine if the females had a chance to run things for the next 100,000 years. I kind of imagine that maybe the world under female rule would be a much more humane place. Like anything else, there's always a dark side, right? We shouldn't demand extremes in anything, correct? And what do we have now? What do ladies, women, girls, what do they have now? To the bullying creeps out there who say the most nastiest, disrespectful things to the women, coming right from the top, which is really quote unquote the top, from the biggest male turd there is, the so-called president of this country. Women bleed. And men should have to bleed too.